It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, sab up or shut up. King Buddha, sab up or shut up. Karen.
Welcome to today's episode. And we got a jam-packed episode for you guys today. Today we got some stuff you're gonna wanna see, chat. So we're gonna be watching Chud the Builder, and this is covered by Rapaholic. So when Rapaholic covers it, I gotta take I gotta go check it out. I gotta react to it. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? All right, let's put this back where it was. Pow. I'll grab this right here. Put it right there. Pow. So, guys, let's get right into it. We are live, chat. Welcome to today's episode, guys. Everybody, don't forget to smash the like button if you like what you see. And if you are on Twitch, don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Here, we're going to have to make this a little smaller so you guys can see me better. Like this. To me. Pow. Right there. And then that way we could see my reactions to things. All right? Because that's what this is all about. It's about our reactions. All right? Pow. Here we are, chat. Welcome to today's live. Oh, man. Today we're going to be talking about Chud the Builder, who has created a professional career being racist. He's a professional racist right there. I got right there. Professional racist. I mean, if you ever have a racist Olympics, this guy right here qualifies. Let's get right into it. Let me get TikTok going too, because we might as well have TikTok get involved in this. There we go. Pow, 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 pow. Right there. That's perfect. You are my only friend. Everyone else is good as dead. To me, you're the only one. So how do I unlock this? Well, whatever. Let's get right to it, chat. Oh, man. All right, we're going to put that Chud the Builder info. Fucking bullshit. That was fucking bullshit. You saw that? Was fucking bullshit. All right. We're good to go.
Lawbreeze and Gentlegrams, the safest place a racist disgrace to society can hide from heat is deep in the depths of the World Wide Web. But when the world's eyes kept staying glued to a racist intruding with crude hatred in plain sight, all for the sake of glazing groypers and bringing the internet craze to real life with bigoted statements in public places right in the faces of people all ages, but packing shells in the cases in case confrontation hits and you get live stream stage fright, this was the delightfully fatal fate of Chud the Builder, and like mud and rivers he polluted social media, and now every update to his Wikipedia ends in hysteria, so we will be clearing it all. But first, make that like button rise not fall, and maul that sub button like Biggs' potting brother does to Lawbreeze dodgeballs.
Let's
I study
go.
rap
Alcoholics.
for a living.
Let's go.
Nell Aubrey's and Gentlegrams, drop a comment if you understood the double entendre in that last bar. And speaking of bars, we gotta take a look at what's been going on with our bigoted buddy behind bars, Chud the Builder. If you guys don't know who Chud is, he made a name for himself by live streaming his journeys across the streets of Nashville, where he would go up to random bystanders and yell the N-word in their face.
I built this website in 5 minutes with Wix Harmony.
Be
So I
surprised,
came
but
across
that's
this image recently and thought to myself, what if I built an entire brand?
He claimed he was doing this all off the basis of freedom of speech when these bystanders would get mad. After being hurled racist remarks for no apparent reason, Chud would say they were quote-unquote chimping out. When they threatened to retaliate the disrespect with violence, Chud would let it be known that he would exercise his right to self-defense and that he had a firearm on him in case things got escalated. Sadly for Chud, that's exactly what would happen. He would try to pull the self-defense card, but is now behind bars for attempted murder amongst several other charges. The last time we looked at the Chud the Builder story, there were several racists online who banded together to try and fight for Chud's freedom, even pulling together hundreds of thousands.
That is crazy. The racist Avengers formed together.
Thousands of dollars of their own hard-earned money to pay Chud's $1 million bail. And for a brief moment, it looked like the racists were about to claim victory. See, ever since Chud got locked up, he's been banned from using social media, so his team took over his Twitter page, and right before his last court hearing, they tweeted out, Chud will hopefully be out next week. The only thing keeping him in jail is the failure to appear warrant, even though he was in Davidson County's custody the night before court and then was relinquished back into Montgomery County as part of what seems to be a pre-planned plot to keep him in as long as possible. Once out, Chud will be evicted from the home he's lived in for 10 years. We're looking for a new place for him to live, as he is now being ordered by the court to report the address of where he will be. Any donations to help fund our move and daily expenses in the meantime is greatly appreciated. There's a lot to unpack here. For starters, there's been this rising crop of racist internet personalities who cause mayhem in the streets, and the repeated theme is they keep getting themselves into legal trouble because they cross the line of freedom of speech with their bigoted remarks. Then they end up in prison or legal troubles, whatever the case is, and then they start begging for money online. We're going to take a look at some of Chud's team members, his associates, people backing him, because they're also in very similar situations to Mr. Chud. Misery loves company, I guess. But back to this tweet, it's interesting for a couple reasons. Number one, they mentioned that he had a failure to appear warrant. That's because before Chud was actually arrested for attempted murder, he was actually fighting a case that he caught about a month prior. And it plays an important role as to why Chud the Builder is currently behind bars and facing a very doom outcome. So basically, on May 9th, 2026, just a couple days before Chud caught the attempted murder case, he was eating at this place called Bob's Steak and Chop in Nashville's Omni Hotel. He was doing his usual thing, live streaming, calling people the N-word out in public, and at the restaurant he was asked,
Is it sad? I don't know if it's just me, but is it sad that you are so lack of creativity and you lack as a fucking idealist, that you lack as a human? A human's whole nature is to create. And this man doesn't know how to create anything. So he relies on putting his life in danger for $1. This is like when you saw The Running Man or all those movies in the past depicting the future, and they used to have like these crazy games where people would do crazy shit for money. That's Chud. Chud is literally, because he was getting pegged by black girls. So for a man that was getting pegged by black girls, it's crazy that he does all of this to antagonize people of a denominated race for views. So it's like, oh, Black Mirror. Black Mirror had an episode, right? Check this out, chat. Black Mirror had an episode where there was a guy who was eating like fecal matter for money. And he saw the game show and he was like, oh, that's stupid. I would never do that. And then when he went broke, that's exactly what he did. Sounds like Chud the Builder. He had a company. He claims Black Lives Matter fucked his shit up. And then he became a guy who eats shit for money. He's eating shit right now. I'm telling you, he's eating shit. He's doing all of this is the equivalent of eating shit. He's eating shit. This eating shit literally in jail. They ain't giving him nothing good. It's got to be shitty. So
to stop live streaming because he
just
was
saying, this is
causing
like-
a disruption.
this is just like an episode of Black Mirror manifesting itself.
He had apparently ordered around $400 of food and drinks at the restaurant, and
Yo, $400 worth of food? That's grand larceny.
And because he was told to leave since he was live streaming and causing a disruption, he refused to pay his restaurant bill. And because of that, he was actually charged with theft of services under $1,000.
Now, Chad, where do you agree with this? Do you think if you order a whole bunch of food and you eat it, and before you finish paying your bill, they kick you out? Do you think it's proper to not pay it after you ate it just because they kicked you out? Or do you think you shouldn't have to pay because they kicked you out? Put it in the comment box.
As well as disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. He was later released on a $5,000 bond. Now remember that Chud had caught a previous charge before the attempted murder case. It'll play an important role in the story shortly, but the irony in all of this is that the incident where Chud caught the attempted murder case, where he started fighting some guy who he called the N-word, and that led to him actually pulling out his firearm, shooting the other guy, and then accidentally shooting himself, and then getting charged for attempted murder, this took place outside the courthouse. And the reason why Chud was at the courthouse is because he was there for a hearing for that previous case he caught. So he was literally at the courthouse fighting one case that he caught due to his disgusting behavior on live streams, and then caught a whole other way bigger case due to his disgusting actions.
Cha. I know you're smart enough to notice something is not working. If you are going to court for a particular thing and you're outside of court on the day you're supposed to be at court, doing that same thing to other people, now I see why the judge did what he did. It makes sense.
Actions on his live streams.
Embarrassed.
Other fighting one case that he caught due to his disgusting behavior on live streams, and then caught a whole other way bigger case due to his disgusting actions on his live streams.
Embarrassing.
Now I have a full video breaking down how Chud the Builder actually got arrested, what he ended up doing to catch an attempted murder case, so I'll leave a link to that video in the description of this one.
That is a scary charge, chat. That is a scary charge to hear the district attorney say that that's what you're being arraigned for.
And in that video, I documented the journey behind all these racists assembling to try and conjure up $1 million to get Chud out of jail. After that video, they finally actually did get the $1 million, and that's why Chud's team is so confident he'll now be getting out.
Chad, do you see those girls in the background? Look at those baddies. That's not the worst part. They're young. They're probably like 15, 16 years old. And this fucking dude is making them feel like the stories that they heard their mom and dad talk about, like those times are happening again. You know how traumatizing that could be to a person?
He actually did get the $1 million, and that's why Chud's team is so confident he'll now be getting out of jail. Well,
those could be my nieces. Those could be my fucking daughters. And this bitch-ass motherfucker took it upon himself to ruin their experience in the mall by making them feel confused. Why somebody will call them that. Why somebody will deliberately disrespect them. An adult at that point. So this grown-ass man has a big-ass mustache. So it's obvious he's a grown-up. And these young girls are coming to his life thinking that he means well. Or at least, bottom line, that he's civilized. But not Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder is the definition of a fucking cave dweller. This is what Neanderthals did. That's why he cannot, his mind doesn't have the capacity to run the software that we in 2026 abide by, because he's a Neanderthal. His shit is probably MS-DOS, binary. His shit does not compute. This nigga does not have the hardware to run the information to live in a society like this. And when you are that incompetent, you need to be removed from society and placed in an environment where things are dictated to you, where you're told what to do, since you don't know how to do things with some kind of fucking boundaries in society, because it is expected of you. Since you cannot make those decisions on your own, you need to be in an environment where it is dictated.
Let's see what happened. First, Chud had a court hearing for the misdemeanor charge. Let's see how that went.
Online streamer known as Chud the Builder is expected in a Nashville courtroom.
Jaxie is back in studio with us now to show us what's planned for today. Jaxie, good morning.
Nickel and Mark Dalton Etherly, a.k.a. Chud the Builder, is scheduled to appear in Davidson County today as he faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from an incident at a downtown Nashville hotel.
And this is what's the problem with people like this. He started with a misdemeanor. He ain't even got sentenced yet. This nigga got an open case. He already racking up a felony, attempt murder, something close to capital. Capital crimes are crazy, Mo.
Etherly, who is also facing separate felony charges in Montgomery County, is set for a...
He got separate felony charges prior to the misdemeanors in the restaurant, to then follow that up with a felony charge for attempted murder. He got a felony sandwich. It's a felony sandwich. It's a prior felony with a misdemeanor for protein, and then another felony on the bottom for assault, for attempted murder. And you guys are wondering why they're giving him $1 million bail and they need 10 people, 10 different bond men to do it? They're not trying to put this guy back out on the street. He did that felony sandwich in less than a year.
Preliminary hearing before Judge Melissa Blackburn in General Sessions Court. Court records show the Nashville cases include theft under $1,000, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest.
I dare you to let me...
Chad, I'm going to tell you something. When somebody makes a break, a guy like Chud the Builder, right? Let me explain this to you guys. You guys are probably distracted by the celebrity and the streaming and the situation like that. Listen to what I'm about to explain to you. Chud the Builder is somewhere in his 30s, right? And he's breaking into crime for the first time. This is like Grand Theft Auto, right? When you're gonna be in crime, when you criminal, when you bout that life, you been got arrested before. 11 years old, probably stealing candy and bullshit like that, like hitting clothing department stores. Like, this man started in his 30s. He never been arrested before. Never had a problem with the law. And in the matter of time that he tasted the racism, he went down 3 times in the same fucking span. You have to remove him from society. He's going too fast. He's doing too much. What we expect from him? Mass shooting. That's what you could expect from a guy like that. He's going to go out in a hail of bullets, and he's going to take a lot of people with him. So we need to take him out of society so he could realize, maybe in his head, yo, I'm moving fast. I ain't never been arrested, and I just got arrested for 2 felonies and a misdemeanor in a matter of a year. Bro, the same people you're criticizing in all your streams that you're calling racist and all this shit, you're saying we chimping out, right? Bro, it looks like you're chimping out. That's what I got to say about that shit. Chud the Builder definitely chimping out.
Are from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Etherly live streamed.
And he's such a rookie. Nigga Cheddar Bob himself. Shot himself shooting people. How fucking lame are you?
Inside the restaurant after staff asked him not. The General Sessions Court. Court records show the Nashville cases include theft under $1,000, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. The charges are from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say either Lee live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay a more than $370 tab after being told to leave. At his last court appearance, a bench warrant was issued after he did not appear for a scheduled Davidson County hearing. We'll be following the hearing this morning to learn whether this case moves forward.
So notice that they said the judge in the misdemeanor case issued a bench warrant on Chud the Builder. This adds a whole other level of irony and hysteria to this case, right? Basically, for the whole, dine and dash misdemeanor case that Chud caught, he was supposed to appear in a Nashville court for a hearing related to that case. But he was already in jail in another county for attempted murder after he shot a guy allegedly. So he didn't show up to the Nashville court hearing.
That's a warrant. He in jail. You know what they're gonna give? They're gonna give him. You guys never heard of this? You think you might? I swear to God, you're gonna say I'm lying. But you can ask anybody. They're about to give this man Google that shit. He gonna get $1 bail, chat. They're gonna take the $1 million bail off, and they're just gonna give him $1 bail. Because when they release him, the misdemeanor is gonna catch him. He ain't going nowhere. He's done. He's cooked. This man is cooked.
Related to the misdemeanor charged, and when someone misses a required court date, the judge issues a bench warrant, which is an arrest order, for failure to appear in court. And this just adds another reason for the judge to keep Chud locked up.
Spicy.
Even though it's a simple misdemeanor case, okay, he stole under $1,000. Now he's missing his court hearings for this. Why is he missing his court hearings? Because he's in jail for a whole other case. So the judge in this case is like, well, this guy's obviously some sort of threat to society, causing a lot of trouble, and now he's...
Chat, we just literally covered that shit. That's why I like to react to shit before I see it. So that way I could say my mind, and it doesn't look like I'm just dick riding somebody, or so you can see I'm knowledgeable about this shit.
Missing court dates, it's going to make it much harder for him to wiggle his way out of all this stuff. And then, hey guys, another layer of irony. If Chud thought that all his social media activity, all this racist stuff he was doing in his live streams was actually on the basis of freedom of speech, the judge thought otherwise, because after the bench warrant over the misdemeanor case, they reviewed all of his social media activity and determined that not only is he a threat to society, but his bond for that case is now also revoked.
On influencer Chud the Builder will remain behind bars, accused of attempted murder and linked to dozens of violent...
No way, chat. They revoked his bond? Oh, that's even worse. Oh, that's even worse. Oh my God. This fucking guy. Oh my God. I cannot believe they're doing him like that. That's so crazy.
Violent video
is now also revoked.
On influencer Chud the Builder will remain behind bars, accused of attempted murder and linked to dozens of violent videos online.
Tell Monday what you need. We're creating an agent and naming him Tony.
Did you hear what they said? Linked to a dozen of violent videos.
2 at 5, linked to Chud the Builder will remain behind bars, accused of attempted murder and linked to dozens of violent videos online.
Oh my
Good
God.
evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. News 2's Lexi Wilson explains what happened in a Davidson County courthouse this morning.
Dalton Etherly, better known as Chud the Builder, enters a Davidson County courtroom Wednesday. The social...
I told you that we're going to make an example out of this motherfucker. Now, guess what exists that didn't exist before Chud the Builder? Something called violent posts. And trust me, we have videos on Instagram of people shooting out and all that shit. But it's different when you catch a CCTV of an activity, or you see somebody tie their shoelaces, throw on their cowboy hat, and go outside and have them a good old-fashioned hate crime. That's crazy. Now, there's going to be a thing where they're going to be like, yo, if you get arrested for violent posts, you get a harsher fucking sentence due to people like this motherfucker right here.
Social media influencer facing charges in Nashville after he refused to stop live streaming inside a restaurant at the Omni Hotel and then refused to pay. But the hearing today mostly focused on a separate case in Montgomery County. Prosecutors played videos and reviewed social media posts made by Etherly, posted before the shooting outside the Montgomery County courthouse. They were racist and violent.
So even social media would recognize what he's saying is improper? Yes, sir. And improper is a nice word, correct? Yes. All right.
Etherly is charged with attempted murder in that case. Etherly's attorney argued the court should consider threats his client receives online.
Mr. Etherly has made complaints about people making threats to him, correct? In fact, to the local sheriff, well, I say local, we're in Davidson County, but to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, he's made several complaints. Yes. Including people threatening to chop his infant son's head off.
In the end, the judge sided with prosecutors and revoked Etherly's Davidson County bond, citing concerns about the violent social media posts. Etherly's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the charges in Nashville, but that was not addressed today.
Mr. Etherly's looking to being held without bond on misdemeanors that he ought to have been cited for. And he's charged with a resisting arrest that I think even the state would capitulate as improper.
His next court appearance in Davidson County is set for June 25th. Etherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County shooting case.
So now you might be asking, okay, that takes care of the dine and dash misdemeanor case. It's not looking good for Chud. But what about the attempted murder case? Can Chud still argue that that was self-defense? If you guys don't remember, basically, again, Chud was leaving the courthouse in a hearing related to the misdemeanor dine and dash case. That's when he confronts Joshua Fox, who was a black man. Chud starts doing the whole racist bit, calling him the N-word, saying he's chimping out, allegedly. The guy tells him, stop doing that stuff with me. I'm the wrong guy to do that to. Chud doesn't stop. And Chud's argument for self-defense is that the guy started swinging at him, then put him in a headlock. So Chud had no choice but to unload his weapon and start shooting. Cap. Here's the key problem. If Joshua Fox really had Chud in a headlock on the ground, maybe you can make an argument that Chud was so compromised, almost, losing breath, that he had to shoot him. He had no other way to fight back, right? But if they weren't yet on the ground and Josh was just punching Chud, well, then Chud had no reason to take out his gun for self-defense because he could have just ran away. Well, it's looking bad for Chud.
Yeah, and first of all, why is Chud carrying a gun in front of a courthouse? Damn, that's some ballsy shit. I'll tell you that shit. Niggas gave me $2 for a $4 nachos that I didn't get. Fuck Uber Eats, yo. Fuck Uber Eats. Got a $2 refund, and I paid $3.69 plus tax for the nachos with the dip Supreme cup. Why am I only getting $2 in refund? It's crazy. Fucking Uber Eats robbing niggas, yo. Fuck Uber Eats. Everybody do not buy Uber Eats, man. I'm gonna have to switch to Grubhub for real. These fucking bitch ass niggas. They don't send you all the food you ordered, and then the food that they do send you is whatever the fuck they want to send you. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Thank God I got a fucking taco salad.
All right, because in a recent court hearing, one of the investigators on the case claims that Chud had started firing shots before the fight even got to the ground, meaning before Josh Fox had Chud in a headlock, Chud was already firing shots at him when he could have just fled the scene or defended himself with equal force, aka if Josh Fox was just punching him and they were both standing up, Chud could have either punched him back and maybe that would have been self-defense, or he could have just ran away. That doesn't warrant
Look, this is the easiest consent banner I have ever set up on a website. We are talking under 10 minutes, no code, and it's free for small businesses. It's called CookieBot by Usercentrics, and it is used on over 2.4 million websites. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what it does, walk you through.
You start pulling out your firearm and taking shots.
Happening now, the controversial online streamer known as Chud the Builder is making an appearance in a Nashville courtroom. Dalton Etherly faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Etherly live streamed inside the restaurant after
he's banned from the Omni Hotel.
Staff asked him not to, then refused to pay. Etherly also faces separate felony charges in Montgomery County for a shooting investigation. During Etherly's court appearance, one investigator on the stand recalled the shooting.
And I hope that there is no streaming website that will allow this guy to have an account, because I will be frowning on those bitch ass niggas.
Shots are shown to be fired prior to them hitting the ground.
Shots are being shown to have been fired prior to that?
Yes.
And how do we know that?
I can see, or in the courthouse video, it shows the casing ejecting from the firearm. It also shows the ricochet off the concrete planter.
Okay.
Prior to them hitting the ground.
So Mr. Fox hadn't been hit at that point, correct? If you're seeing a ricochet in one casing.
I would assume so.
The judge denied Etherly's release today, citing violent posts he's made on social media. Etherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County case.
So as you can see, there's now a big hole in Chud the Builder's self-defense case. And it only gets absolutely positively completely worse from here. Chud's own team is now getting him into a wad of trouble, even from behind bars when he can no longer speak. You know, Chud does love him some freedom of speech, right? So his whole team, them exercising their own freedom of speech on Chud's behalf or just simply in defense of Chud, it's about to get him in a sticky situation. And I'm not talking about sticky situations like the hermaphrodite that alleged she used to PEG Chud with massive toys in his behind.
Spicy.
But if you stick till the end of the video, you'll see there is an even crazier situation involving Chud and his romantic life. But let's focus on Chud's assassins for a second. During one of Chud's court hearings, one of his good friends, Jake Lang, started throwing a temper tantrum when the judge announced that Chud's bond would be $1 million. And remember that $1 million number, because the irony will come back around later in this video. So during Mr. Jake Lang's temper tantrum in the courtroom during Chud's hearing, he actually got taken into custody as well.
And at one point during today's hearing, a man was asked to leave for reacting to video playing in the courtroom. While he was being escorted out, he made a comment about a, quote, two-tiered justice system. That's when the judge ordered him to be taken into custody.
So if you guys don't know who Jake Lang is, he was Chud long before Chud. He's been doing these racist skits online for ages now, almost a decade. He spent 4 years in jail because he raided the Capitol on January 6, 2021. He's done disgusting things like this.
I've been informed by my team that there are thousands of death threats coming from the Yemenis Houthi Muslim terrorist organization because I simply exercised my First Amendment right to put a Quran inside a pig's head here in Plano, Texas. Well, America, the pig heads and the Qurans will continue. The burnings will continue until morale improves.
Did he say the burnings? Like cross burnings? What the fuck?
I've got some beautiful, juicy.
This guy right here was born in the wrong era. He needed to be born in like the civil rights era or like the slave era. He's in the wrong time.
Delicious bacon here and some Prophet Muhammad Qurans. And today we're gonna cook our beautiful bacon. It's sizzling.
So after facing another arrest for interrupting Chud's court hearing, Jake Lang ends up coming out a free man and exercising what he believes is his quote-unquote freedom of speech once again. This time it was during a Carmelo Anthony protest, where he said despicably that Carmelo Anthony deserved to be unalived.
Wow.
Cannot settle anything less than the death penalty. Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony.
There you go.
That's not a threat. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
So after this happened, the spokesperson for Carmelo Anthony's family actually called for the arrest of Jake Lang over terroristic threats, rightfully so.
Inciting a riot. We even have
Saul. C-Dance 2.0 just dropped, and it keeps your character consistent. Before this, AI videos were unable to keep good.
The white nationalist Jake Lang come out here and say insinuatory threats to the life of Carmelo Anthony, to hang from a tree, and even to allude that Carmelo Anthony should be shot in the head.
Wow.
Our organization asked that the County District Attorney's Office, as well.
Chat, people who do this is called inciting a riot. This is so illegal.
As the Sheriff Department and the McKinney Police Department open up a criminal investigation to those terroristic threats. There is no place for racism, bigotry, and white supremacy ideology in public.
And sure enough, unlike Chud the Builder, who can say, that the N-word is free speech, when you're calling for the unaliving of someone the way Jake Lang was, that's a terroristic threat. That crosses the line clear as day beyond just freedom of speech. And so sure enough, Chud the Builder's greatest ally did end up getting arrested over terroristic threats. And what's the one thing all these racist white supremacists do when they get arrested for their disgusting nonsense? Well, they cry victim.
Hey guys, it's Jake Lang here. I'm in the Dallas County Jail. They ripped me off the plane today. Dozens of officers treating me like El Chapo. They drove me through the tarmac. They've arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat. Simply because I said that if the jury did not find Carmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is a classic case of lawfare used to squash.
No, if he's right, okay? If he's right, then why shouldn't we do that to Chud the Builder when he gets out? If he does get out. Understand? So he wants us to, it's okay to do it to Carmelo Anthony, but not Chud the Builder for the same type of shit? So.
A First Amendment protester like myself. We had a press conference, an LED truck, speaker system, everything for our 6:30 press conference event outside the Carmelo Anthony murder trial to celebrate justice being done in this case and call out the rest of the American people to stand with us before another Rita Zarewski and another Austin Metcalf happens to make real change. And they shut down my voice. They arrested me. They're holding me here, probably on an exorbitant bond. I'm going to see the judge in the morning. So please, guys,
he sounds like what? That's what Chud the Builder must be saying.
Help me get out of here. I'll be stuck here
Nah,
for months
nobody.
in solitary confinement if I don't make bond.
Good
This
for
is
you.
two-tiered persecution against the white people of this world. We are under attack, and what they're doing to me, they want to do to all of us.
What the fuck is the white people of this world? Guys, if this is a new race that just came out, the white people, please tell me about it because they sound scary.
Just at the forefront here, the lawfare and the weaponized DOJ and these deep state assets want to destroy us all. We cannot allow it to happen. If they do this to
Because as I checked, the DOJ and the Department of Law and everything, all that stuff, I thought was made by the white people. So if there's a new a chance that there's a new white people clan coming out that goes against the original white people who put the order, that's crazy. Because at the beginning of the fact, you guys seem to have an internal problem. That might be an HR problem.
me, they can do it to you. Please, guys, stand up. We can't allow our good brothers like Chud, myself, and other great patients.
He said, our good brothers. Sorry, we took that word a long time ago, bro. We are the ones that call each other bros. A brother? No, you guys are not.
To rot away in prison. Let's get me and my brothers home. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. I love you. This fight is in the Lord's hands, and we will be
so happy he's in jail.
So as you can see here, Jake Lang, he's not having too much fun in prison. And why I told you guys to remember that there's irony in the fact that his first arrest came when he interrupted the...
And I'm not just, listen, it's anybody who's racist, sure? Anybody who thinks that they could go out and undo what we have fought for so many years in this country, you think you could go undo that in one night or one lifetime? Feel free to try. You'll be another Chud and another one of these motherfuckers in jail.
Judge, right as the judge said that Chud's bond is $1 million, is because now, after exercising what he thought was his own freedom of speech, Jake Lang also ended up in prison on the exact same $1 million bail. And to no surprise, just like Chud the Builder, there are some people out there on the internet crazy enough to actually fight for the freedom of this white supremacist.
Jake Lang, after about 2 days in,
this guy is fighting for them? Who the fuck is this guy?
in jail, was able to do something that Chud wasn't able to do. He was able to secure a black endorsement, making it the first black endorsement any one of these dweebs have been able to get. Now, he picked the wrong black guy, bruh, because the black community isn't looking at this endorsement and thinking, man, Jake Lang is kind of...
Imagine being able to build anything.
That guy's name is Jake Lang, and he claimed to be black.
White man who...
This guy right here, he looking like motherfucker Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
is currently being persecuted and is getting put down to the absolute max simply for having an opinion. Keep in mind, Jake Lang only said words, yet his bail is set to $1 million.
Oh, he's talking about Jake Lang. This guy right here, I don't care what his name is. He's supporting Jake Lang. Fuck this Uncle Tom ass motherfucker.
$1 million. Meanwhile, Carmelo Anthony murdered a child, stabbed a child in the heart, and his bail was set to $250,000. Like 4 times more for Jake Lang for saying words.
Mm-hmm. But Jake Lang's words cause a riot. Carmelo Anthony is being punished for his crime. See the difference? Jake Lang is going to activate a whole bunch of radicals, and then those guys are going to do the work, and then Jake Lang is going to take no fucking smoke for it. No, we're going to stop him before he gets there.
That is ridiculous. Keep in mind,
you are ridiculous. That guy don't even like you.
The people who are at Carmelo Anthony's sentencing, they assaulted me just for holding a sign that said White Lives Matter.
You're not white. You fucking Uncle Tom.
None of them were arrested. They made death threats. They said they were going to murder me and kill
That's the same shit Jake Lang said.
me and murder my family. None of them were arrested.
Because they are just telling you that for being a fucking Uncle Tom. Everybody else understands that. You don't get it because you don't see yourself as a black person. You hate the color of your skin. That's why you look the way you look.
Jake Lang was arrested before his feet even touched the Texas soil. As soon as he went out of the airport, before he could even get outside the airport, the police came and arrested him because he said words weeks or months ago. It's ridiculous, guys. You have to go and donate to Jake Lang today.
Nobody do that. Do not donate to Jake Lang or this meat writer right here.
His bail will be reduced, but let's get that money up so he can see the light of day. We want to make a statement to let people know.
No, we do not. Chat, if you're just tuning in, this is this right here, it's a traitor. A fucking traitor. Hope this guy burns in the jail with Jake Lang.
That yes, white lives do matter. You cannot lock up a white man.
Yes, you can. That's why white people think they could do whatever they want.
And make it unaffordable for him to bail out.
Did it to Chud, and we're doing it to your boy.
And to seek counsel just because he's a white man and has...
No, it's not because he's a white man. Because he thinks that white supremacy has space in our civilized environment. And we're going to make an example out of all you little white supremacists.
An opinion.
Cap.
The difference in treatment is staggering. Keep in mind, this is what they're feeding him every single day.
Good. This is good. Somebody should grab his plate and throw it in the garbage. So he don't even eat that.
starving Jake Lang in solitary confinement.
They've been doing this to everybody in jail. They're not doing nothing special for that guy. He's being put where everybody else is put. They didn't build a special unit for him. He's not getting less food than nobody. If that's what he's getting, so is everyone else in jail, my man.
All he has is 5 to 10 ounces of peanut butter every day to eat. He literally
Eat that peanut butter.
called us on the phone saying that he was starving, while Carmelo Anthony raised $600,000.
So then that just shows you guys can't raise it because you're a bunch of racists. And I didn't want that to rhyme, but it did. And you're hating because Carmelo Anthony got $600K? He's going to pay his bail and buy a Lamborghini.
And was playing Xbox at his home. A white man has an opinion and he's starving.
A white man has an opinion and he's starving. Somebody make sense out of that sentence. Like, why would it matter that he's white? One, and who gives a fuck if he's starving? He's in jail. He got no rights. 13th Amendment says if you are imprisoned, you have no rights. Stop at 5. You ain't proven nothing.
Starving in solitary confinement. Didn't harm anyone, just said some words. That's the difference in treatment and why we'll always say white lives matter, and I'll always...
Bro, somebody call me when this guy is in his funeral home. Fuck this guy.
Always hold that sign.
I'm starting to recognize a trend here, man. Is it just me, or do y'all recognize the same trend too? That these type of black guys always have the same haircut?
Yeah, they think they're white. Uncle Tom, that haircut, if you look at Uncle Tom, he has that haircut. You don't remember Django? Django? Fucking Samuel L. Jackson? He had that haircut.
Always the same. It's the haircut with no lineup, bro. It's like the scissors cut the with no lineup, bro. It's the same. Once I seen the haircut, I knew he was up to no good. I was very suspicious. It was suspect.
Even the shirt gave it away. Where the fuck did he find that t-shirt?
Have the same haircut. You think I'm lying? I couldn't even tell you if it's a different black guy who Jake Lang manipulated and convinced to partake in this activity here.
And this river right here is a all overdose.
Okay, so look, this is almost all my weight, Philip.
Oh my God. This guy is such an Uncle Tom that he's actually letting a white man. Why isn't the black guy doing that to the white guy? Isn't the proof that he could breathe, right? So it could be any human. Why he gotta be the white guy on top of and then the black guy is the one volunteering to prove that that's not a way to suffocate. Uncle Tom!
Can you breathe?
I can breathe.
You can breathe?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna bounce all my weight on you. Can you still breathe?
Yes, I can still
Want to produce...
Oh my God, yo. I don't know if I just caught PTSD or a panic attack. I am so upset about that. I'm being a little parasocial, but I am so upset about that. I'm so upset about that.
Pro level.
Who the fuck is that guy, yo?
Is fallacy. My weight on you. Can you still breathe?
Yes, I can still breathe.
Okay, that is fallacy.
Yo, where is the fucking guy? Oh, somebody find that guy, yo. I want to kneel on his fucking back.
George Floyd died over overdose.
Look at that. Look at that video. Watch that video back again. Kid, you tell me you can tell the difference between that guy and the last guy you just saw? Because I can't. It's the same haircut. It's the same voice pattern. It's literally the same hairline. These people are being made in laboratories. These are man-made laboratory tokens who are being conceived to be professional tokens on behalf of white supremacists.
So that whole George Floyd skit they made, that was absolutely insane. I can't tell if this Jake Lang guy thinks that like what he's doing is comedic. Like you're balancing on one knee on some guy's neck for an internet skit. There's no way he thinks that this is actually gonna have some sort of pull when it comes to the George Floyd case in court, right?
Oh, the little white The white supremacists love those skits. That should be hitting for them. They're like, look, George Floyd did die from an overdose. Bro, he had 3 cops kneeling on his back. Not one white guy as the black guy participating. It was a guy, 3 cops, and a guy trying to stand up. Not the same thing.
The judge is not going to look at that and do anything but laugh. So I got to ask, like, does he think there's some sort of comedic value in this? Regardless of what it is, Jake Lang is most definitely not laughing as he's eating his 5 ounces of peanut butter daily in prison. And so the world actually got to hear a phone call from Jake from prison where he cries even further about the horrible conditions and dietary restrictions that he's forced into here.
To be honest, Jake, I'm really happy to hear from you. How's it going in jail?
Shouts to Zachary Walls. That's a super dope Bronx producer. NYC in the map. Everybody go tap into his page. Go check out the beats. If you cannot afford an exclusive beat, you can always lease them. They're super affordable and you're going to have a hit. If you're a songwriter looking for original, authentic, dope ass beats that will launch you to your next stardom, get you 1 million views on your next song, Zachary Walls on TikTok. Go sub up to his page. Tell him I sent you. Tell him the Cheat Challenge, aka Chichi Med, sent you over there. He gonna give you the dope layout. He'll send you a link with a bunch of beats. You pick out the ones you want. He has a website. You put your credit card in there and you just fucking lease your beats out. And you will have yourself a whole album by the end of the summer. You already know, guys. So let's keep watching.
Jail is jail. It's the worst torture that I've ever endured here. Piss-drenched cell, feces in the floor. I have no underwear, no socks. I got 1 shirt, 1 pant per week. It's in no commissary.
I've never been so happy to hear about somebody in jail having a hard time. I swear to God, I do not celebrate anybody having a hard time in jail. But for this motherfucker right here, I'm so happy that he's having a hard time. I hope he finds somebody to make him eat peanut butter out of their ass.
Today, all I've eaten is peanut butter. That's all they're feeding me.
I hope they put where is that big greasy motherfucker that likes to eat fresh fish? That's fresh fish right there. Make that motherfucker lick the peanut butter off your balls.
On a kosher diet, it's so ruthless and so unhuman. I've never experienced anything like it, but in my weakness, God's strength is made perfect, brother.
Yeah, I don't trust the FDA. I mean, we're Christian, but we still just eat kosher because we don't trust the chemicals they're putting in our food. And in prison, that's really rough.
Chemicals they're putting in our food.
Chemicals that make you docile in here, so I always eat kosher when I'm in prison.
Docile, feminine, everything's pumped with estrogen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, you dumbass motherfucker.
That's right. That's right, man. So, brother, what can I do for you? How can I help you?
Of Carmelo, thank you for saying that. I need help. I need my brothers to come around me right now. 4 times the bond of Carmelo Anthony, who admitted to the police.
It should show you what a monster you are.
Police on scene. It's not alleged. I did it. He gets $250,000 bond. Jake Lang stands outside the courthouse of the murderer and says, "We need capital punishment. $1 million bond for free speech."
That's not what you said. That is not what you said. Don't go try to remix the fucking shit. You said if he gets off, we should all murder him. And you're mad because he's home playing Xbox. So what you were trying to do was get everybody radicalized and then go try to storm his house like you did the fucking White House Capitol? Suck a dick.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Man, fuck this guy.
Apple just named their favorite 26 apps for 2026. One of these absolute best apps.
What the fuck?
There's a guy in here in the cell block who has the same charge as me. Third degree felony, terroristic threat. He's actually the cell next door to me. He has a rap sheet as well.
Yo, he found a friend in there that has the same charge. Oh, isn't that sweet? And guess what? He got a less fucking bond than you, but he's still in there with you, stupid.
Long as my arm. He has $10,000 bond. I have no criminal record ever. Million.
So bail him out then, right? Aren't you saving your little white supremacist friends? Bail that guy out. You stay in there.
$1 million bond. My bond has been set 100 times the average for this.
Yes, please. And if we could revise that and then just take your bond away, let's please do that too.
Charge, bro. 100 times.
Is it because the judge was a black female? Do you think that's why it's racial?
Oh my goodness. He said a black judge female. How many of those do we have? They're really allowing that? Are we being allowed to be judges like that easily? Because every time I watch a fucking Supreme Court judge, he's whiter than the walls. So what the fuck are you talking about a black female judge? You fucking Uncle Tom. Yo, bro, I swear, yo, if I see you, and this is not a threat, if I see you, bro, we might have to see if you're gonna chimp out.
Bias?
Oh, bro, she was a woke, activist, black female Democrat judge from Dallas who said,
Thank God that's exactly what he got in Dallas, Texas. He ain't getting no white guy. He ain't getting no... Oh, he wanted that so bad, didn't you? Oh, no. I hope every white supremacist racist gets a black female judge.
Got my bond, but then they moved me over here to Collin County, which is a deep red Republican area. So I just paid my lawyer the last $5,000 I had in my account.
Oh, thank God he ran out of money. Finally, we won't have to deal with this guy anymore.
I have to do a habeas corpus motion for me, and I'll be in front of a new judge within the next week or two at tops, and they'll be setting a new bond for me because obviously the Sixth Amendment has a protection to guarantee the right from excessive bonds, and this is probably the most egregious case of excessive bonds in American history. So, you know, we've unearthed and routed out, you know, obviously this lawfare being so pitted against us, but, you know, the cost is I'm suffering right now bad, and I need my brothers to come around me.
So like I told you guys, all these guys think they're exercising their freedom of speech. They end up getting locked up for their nefarious acts. And then, of course, once they're in prison, they try and beg the outside world to give them money. Chud the Builder is rattling up all the racists to come together and pay his $1 million bond. Meanwhile, Jake Lang is crying about the kosher peanut butter that he's eating in prison, begging for people to donate to him. What I find funny is Jake Lang is actually born Jewish. He claims he's now Christian, and he's crapped on every other religion in highly offensive skits online, including anti-Semitic skits, let alone the whole Islamophobic skit that I showed you guys earlier where he was, you know, trying to cook up a Quran. But again, another twisted fate of irony, the born Jewish man who is now anti-Semitic online is now locked up in prison for things that he said, and he is trying to force the prison guards to feed him kosher meals, because he might not like the Jewish people, but he likes their food. We'll get back to Jake Lang in a second, but back to Chud. See, it's not just Jake who is riding for him. He's got a whole team of white supremacists who are fighting to make sure Chud is sitting comfortably in that jail, to the point where one of those white supremacists actually pulled up to the jail to try and give the prison guards a physical Bible that Chud can read, because the tablet that had a Bible on it that the prison guards gave Chud in jail was not enough, apparently. He needed a physical copy.
What up, How you doing, officer?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I have a soft cover Bible, a new one I just purchased for Dalton Otherly. He's been denied a physical copy since he's been in, and since he was transferred.
I said he has access to the Bible. We won't be able to take one.
So the law is that he has to have access to a physical copy, not on a tablet.
He has access to the Bible.
Is it a physical copy?
Currently, right now, he has one on the tablet.
Can you get him a physical copy?
He has access to his religious stuff.
So this has already been an issue that's...
No, sir, we can't take anything from him. He has access to the Bible. Thank you.
So, sir, it has to be a physical Bible.
Shut the fuck up.
What was his name? Litchfield? All right, so
what up,
sheriff says he has a tablet, even though they've been sued for it before. So
listen,
we're going to get some accountability, talk to a chaplain.
If you want to make your own music, but you don't want to waste hours of your time scrolling, this is the plugin for you. Hey, it's Greg, founder and CEO of Output here. True story, when I was 22, I came to Los Angeles trying to make a career in music. I didn't.
And returned Monday with Chaplain to get him a Bible, a physical copy that isn't linked to a tablet. So it was Sergeant Litchfield, I think.
So this guy traveled hundreds of miles to go and try and deliver Chud a Bible, as if the prison guards are going to just accept any physical thing from any random person and hand it over to a prisoner. And that same guy who pulled up to the prison is actually running the Chud the Builder fan account on Twitter right now that has been causing a lot of mayhem, especially with the judge on one of Chud the Builder's cases.
Spicy.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you guys, the more these people exercise their quote-unquote freedom of speech, the more trouble they are about to get Chud the Builder in. Because this guy who's running the Chud fan account, he did a podcast where he basically admitted that they're going to look into all the judges in the county, the prosecutors, the judge on Chud's case. They're going to dig into them and find any loophole, any single way that they can put these individuals who are holding Chud's freedom in the palm of their hands. They want to put them in a compromised position, dig up any dirt on them that they can. Dangerous game.
Feed the machine. You have to pay for anything that's going to distort reality, right? And you know, people who are able to help jump into these situations, like you can donate money, you can do all these things, but very rarely do you get people who are jumping into the information to help bolster someone's case, look for any inconsistencies, look at the people involved, the judges, the prosecutors. And we learned from the Charlie Kirk situation that when you go looking, man, these rabbit holes pop up with everyone involved. You know, one thing we don't do is we don't audit the judges. We're not auditing prosecutors. We're not looking at their record. They just get to do whatever they want. And right now, you know, they want
That's what you guys want to do?
white people to chimp out, go crazy. So, but we have to learn how to use the tools we have to go after them in ways that they can't legally do anything about it.
Oh, really?
So he's saying he wants to go after the judge on Chud the Builder's case in any way that he can. Look at the sense of entitlement that these people have. It's absolutely insane. And for them to think that the judge is going to take anything in this case more lightly because she is now being looked into by Chud's white supremacist friends online, the delusion that they have is on another level. And the craziest part is this delusional idiot is revealing his schemes publicly to the internet. He's admitting that their entire plan is that, well, Chud, you know, technically doesn't have access to social media, so anything I say, even if I'm behind a Chud fan account, as disrespectful as I might be towards the judge, Chud has plausible deniability. He can pretend, oh, I've been behind bars. I don't know what these people are doing, even though they're using my name while they're committing these acts.
Well, the fan account is designed to say what you can't. You have plausible deniability because we're not connected. And I can condition the mimetic ground for you and build you up without you taking the personal risk, because everyone's paid to attack you, bring you down, but no one's looking out for you in your corner. So the fan account was just a mimetic operation.
So if there's one thing that these white supremacists like to do, aside from misunderstanding what freedom of speech is and then begging for money once they get themselves in legal trouble, they also love to go down a good conspiracy rabbit hole. So this wouldn't be a Chud the Builder fan account without this man creating some sort of twisted conspiracy as to why Chud was arrested. They think that this was a planned setup, a planned attack.
Spicy.
You know how Chud was arrested on attempted murder, right? Because he shot a guy named Joshua Fox. That Joshua Fox guy basically told Chud, hey, don't come to me with all that racist stuff, the chimping out stuff. Don't say that to me or I will hurt you. He ended up swinging at Chud, and then Chud pulled out his gun, and now he's facing an attempted murder case. Well, Chud the Builder's fan account president is claiming that if you go far back enough on Google Trends, which is basically where you can see the amount of search terms for a certain word on a certain date. So let's say you look up like Drake Iceman on May 15th. That was the date that Drake's Iceman was released.
I study rap battles for a living.
You're going to get a spike in search term volume for those specific words on May 15th because that was a significant date. That was the date that Drake's Iceman was released. This crazy lunatic is claiming that if you go far as back as February 2026, 4 months before Chud was arrested, and you look up Joshua Fox on Google, you'll see a large spike in search volume for that name, as well as the name of the judge on Chud's case. So they think this was a grand conspiracy, a big plan to basically set Chud up to shoot this guy. And they planned this stuff months in advance, because if you search up the generic name, Joshua Fox, you'll get a large spike in search interest in February, months before Josh and Chud ended up getting into that altercation.
I compiled it all into a timeline with court dates, docket dates, all of the information, and I plotted it to see if there were any patterns, because the Google Trends data is not evidence. It's good for lead generation. It gives you information. You have to learn to see the correlations. You need big data sets to make it really count.
I think it's just when it suits them.
What I realized is before every single court date, anything important, you get clusters of searches from all of the Fed corridor locations and Israel. Okay?
Israel?
Small business owner, let your bill pay work for your business. Pay your business bills with your credit card.
You just
So-
that in there, guys.
Wait, you
I'm
can also,
talking-
as long as you know where you're looking, you can see where people are searching from, is what you're saying, to get an idea of what type of people are even searching for stuff?
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, so they're always scrubbing the internet all the time. They have sophisticated AI that is always just crawling information. A lot of times you can't use VPNs to do that because they'll get throttled and rate limited. So a lot of the location data is accurate because the way they are using these crawlers, they can't trip website rate limits, stuff like that.
I just can't.
So I went back far enough to where I would have a baseline. And what I realized is something interesting is Dalton's court date was for May 13th was made in late February. That's when that court date was made. Joshua Fox made the Facebook post on January 10th, about a month and a half before. Right after that, you start seeing Fed corridor Israel searches. Right at the date of his February, I think it was 20.
It's too political for me.
That date is when they made the May 13th. That's when you see a huge cluster of searches for Joshua Level Fox. I'm talking full name. Joshua Level Fox. The lead investigator, the judge, who's going to be on May 13th, all clustered right at that date. So I'm sitting on what's like circumstantial evidence that they were looking to co-opt to do something with Chud's influence, right?
Cap.
Every summer before election, I ran another study that showed on election years, you have race.
This guy right here is just reaching. This is what you call reaching on the internet. When you try to create a narrative out of some dumb shit, like, oh, the reason why the Mayans used to do this, like, no, were you there? No. So then how the fuck you know? He's trying to say, like, the internet was starting to search everything, and, like, they put Joshua Fox to think that Chud the Builder, so he could be at the courthouse when Chud the Builder, who does the kind of content, and then they, no, bro, no. But that's a good movie. You should write that
War
movie.
riots, always on election years.
I just want to. So when we talk about influence, we have to just keep in mind here. This is like the digital age. This is why everybody's like a digital human centipede on X. All these people with the egos, not people like us, but they all aura farm. What I mean is Nick Fuentes, all of them. Chud was the #1 search thing for a while when the shooting happened, definitely. But even before that, he was getting up in there organically. And what I'm just trying to say, and damn it, dude, you're giving me the chills here. They can already forecast of what's coming. They can already have people set aside meaning Chud the Builder, they're watching him and maybe they need him for something like you said. We want some more race riots this summer or something, but we got to get everything in the right spot. Almost as if they almost come through and all these furries and people that are doing shootings. It's almost as if they have a folder for every city across the United States where if the CIA or FBI needed to go in, all right, Utah, Charlie Kirk. All right, we have an extreme MAGA here. We have an extreme leftist here. What are we trying to do? And you just piece it all together. And what you're just trying to say is...
Listen to how nuts and manic these lunatics sound right now, right? Like this guy literally sounds like he's jacked up on Coca-Cola going on this rant, right? Saying that Chud was so famous and they needed to take him out because, you know, during election years, they want these race wars going on. They want everyone polarized so that people get to voting and everyone's divided. Listen to how nuts they sound. You're telling me that months in advance, they saw Chud the Builder doing these racist live streams and they said, in 4 months in the future, we are going to set him up. We're going to know that he's going to get arrested and be outside this specific courthouse. So we're going to send this guy, Joshua Fox, to go and antagonize him so Chud can shoot him in self-defense and then arrest Chud and lock him up. And so he can't do these racist live streams anymore. Listen to how crazy these people sound, you guys. Anyways, it wouldn't take long before the judge actually chimed into this entire mess. Because remember, Chud's fan accounts, they thought that this was a grand conspiracy by the judge, maybe the government as well, to lock Chud up. And so in retaliation, they wanted to dig up as much dirt as they possibly could on this judge. Well, the judge is clapping back, all right? The tea is here. So the judge went on Twitter and said, my response to the last few days, intimidation will never succeed in subverting our system of justice. A couple days later, the judge issued a strong rebuke in court to people that she said had been threatening her after keeping Chud the Builder in jail. Remember, after that whole dine and dash misdemeanor thing, he ended up staying locked up. Yet she started receiving threats, and we know where they probably came from, that Chud the Builder fan account. She claimed she had been receiving threats all weekend long. To quote her, she said, following Chud's ruling, the court received numerous threats over the phone and on social media, and I mean numerous threats. My assistant was dealing with them. She continued saying, let me make it perfectly clear. I have a sworn duty to enforce the law. I'm going to perform that duty. I will not be intimidated. You can threaten whoever you want to threaten. A threat to me is a threat to the finest system of justice we've created.
You know how making an AI video used to be? Just clip after clip hoping they'd match. But SmartShot is different. Before it renders anything, it actually plans. Like a full production doc. And here's what's special. It's not just understanding your story, it anticipates what you'll need. Character angles.
I'm going to do my duty. I'm going to bind all 3 cases over to the grand jury. And you could see the judge actually blocked Chud the Builder's fan account off of Twitter. And the Chud fan account posted it by saying that they are going to expose this judge for her quote-unquote egregious track record of letting black people off to recommit crimes for over a decade. They claim that they've pulled every case this judge has handled since 2014, and out of 52,000 of them, 49.5% were dismissed, 22% were guilty, 8% were guilty to lesser charges, 2% were retired. Basically, they're trying to make this a race thing and claiming that this judge often dismisses these cases when it involves black people as the defendants.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, man. Going to war against the judge who holds your friend's freedom in the palm of her hand, I don't think that's the wisest decision for all of Chud's fans. And it only gets worse for Chud fans, all right?
Oh, my
First, Chud gets arrested. Then, idiots give $300K to his GoFundMe, but he still can't get out of jail. Then, he now gets exposed for dating a transgender individual. This is 9/11 for Chud the Builder supporters because if you're a white supremacist, if you're racist, you're also probably homophobic. So Chud's fans are probably very sad to know that not only did one person who was a hermaphrodite come out and say that she used to PEG Chud in his booty with large toys, but now a transgender person is claiming that they used to date Chud.
Yeah,
oh shit! No way! I didn't even know this.
Last year, May 2025.
Oh god.
Chud the Builder.
Oh god. Oh no!
Women and femboys, they're the only people who want to act feminine. He sent me these texts with his baby mama, who was Latina, months later after a date. She said, go live happily ever after with a dude. Get him, girl. And then he said, back in the day, when women were made to be feminine, that's when society was the best and the least gay shit occurred. Every time women get out of hand, the facts go back to the Roman days and dudes who are more femme than their fat girlfriends are. Women are so manly, dudes would rather fuck a femboy than come home to their GF. Bitches who act like dudes will call men gay for fucking femboys who are more feminine than they are. In quotes.
How dare you not want to come home and man with a pussy?
Sorry, babe, I'd rather fuck a girl with a dick than an N-word with a mid pussy like yours. Cry laughing emoji. My friend made a good point where she's like, yeah, bro, like you really owned your baby mama. I know it's like not base, like it's very misogynist. Just say you think it's hot, bro. Like, that's all.
Oh my god.
So basically, if these text messages are true that this individual is showing, they're claiming that this was a conversation between Chud and his baby mama. And the baby mama, I guess, caught Chud with the transgender person. And Chud's explanation for that was that women are so masculine these days that sometimes it's better to just sleep with a guy who is feminine. You see how backwards this logic is, or all this coping? It's the same way where he's like, I'm not racist. I just want to fight for freedom of speech because we're so censored that I should push it to the limits and show the world that I can go on the streets and say the N-word with no repercussions. No one's going to knock me out because I'm just exercising freedom of speech.
Cap.
Now he's saying women are so terrible that I should just sleep with someone who has male genitals because that person will relate to me more on a man-to-man level. Again, this is all alleged here, but this individual makes some even crazier claims.
It's not really just how hot he was. Yo, look at this last selfie he sent me, actually, from a new faceless profile.
I'm gonna find it.
Look at this fucking picture. He's so God. I had to go digging through the text to find it, and I knew I'd send it to my friend, but I fucking screamed when I saw what she had said.
Oh my god.
Like, Dalton started messaging me on Grindr again. She said, LMAO, why the fuck is he pretty? If he wasn't like a future murderer, I'd be lit as fuck for you. Shout out my girl for being an oracle, I guess. I said that before. She's like, on God, I never miss.
And then I said,
neither did Chud, unfortunately. We cuddled on my couch and made out. I've struggled finding a good word for what happened next because I think like simulated sex, it's too vague and frauding is too specific. But at some point, I put it between his thighs, not his ass. Unfortunately, we were like kissing. God. He flexed his legs together, which it's funny from like Mr. I'm not.
Whoa, what's that? I just built a budgeting app with Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't code. Interesting.
Why everybody putting Nina down? That's just crazy.
Like, I remembered this. Like, this came back to me. Nina. What we did was kind of more gay. Like, bruh, you just got your chud pounded. What else have you got to lose? Like, just flip over. Why am I losing my voice? I felt like Dalton wanted a trad wife. We talked a lot about his job. I don't think he ever asked about mine. Several times after doing things for him, he called me a good girl. It was hot, like, don't get me wrong, but there was something unnerving about it. As corny as it sounds, I wondered what would happen if I was a bad girl. Hey, Chud was very intense. Ted Bundy stare and all that. He was bigger than me, and he would switch from being overly affectionate to annoyed and angry. Later down the road, he would neg me over text like, I miss your big forehead. And if I pushed back, he excused it.
You know I love you.
Which for one date, he said I love you like a few times. I said it back. I didn't want to get murdered. Maybe I did mean it. I feel like we both meant it a little bit. Because we're broken people.
My
son's mother texted me today saying that she wants to change
his name. You want to get on the bed?
Switch it from mine.
Hold up.
She fears for him. She's like, oh, you've tarnished your name. And I don't want him to have to deal with that. And I'm sitting there thinking, I walk through the streets and respectable people are literally stopping their cars in the road to shake my hand. I'm walking past people that want to take a picture every second. And the only people that don't like me are they're trying to kill me.
Cap.
She's more racist than I am, is the funny thing. She's not a liberal or anything. She's just a woman. They're all cowards, and I get it. You know, they don't understand what it means to be at war. I try not to,
At war?
be like that. I'm sitting in a
What
single
war,
wide
nigga?
trailer. You know what I'm protected
What are
by?
you talking about? What are we talking about here, Dolphin?
You know who's watching my door? The Lord. Someone killed my dog, guys. Who's helping me?
So sorry for your dog
I can't
being
even,
your
like,
dog.
my whole family
Yeah,
doesn't
it's your fault,
me, bro. I don't have federal agents. I don't have organizations. I don't have people behind me except you guys.
Shut up.
So it's sad for Chud because it looks like before he was incarcerated, he may have really found love. Now, if this was any normal case, I might say it's kind of sad that this man is behind bars without access to social media to defend himself against all the people who are now making these allegations or stories about him, or all the freaks who are trying to defend him while attacking the judge who's handling his case. All in all, it seems like the judge is the only one with some common sense in this entire story, and I guess it's best that way, right? All good things must come to an end, but in this case, the only good thing will be ending the entire story. AKA, the judge will have the last laugh while Chud may have to bend over for his prison inmates like the y-axis on a graph. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Oh my God.
Hey everybody, it's Chud. I'm doing alright in here. They got me locked up by myself. Just wanted to tell everybody that it brings me to tears to see all the support that I'm getting, to hear everybody that's trying to help me out. And man, I love all of you guys. And I'm sorry that this bullshit is going on. But
God. You're
truth
such
always
a
comes to light.
sweetheart.
The Lord is with me in here. They can never
Is he?
take him from me.
Oh, good.
Thank you guys for all your support.
Oh,
It
Chud.
genuinely means the world. I don't even know what to think. I just
Such a
want to get out of
sweetheart.
here so that I can see the light of day, hold my son, hold my girl, see my family again.
We're
Thank
hoping
you
you
everybody
don't.
who sent any money. So
We're
I got to get
rooting
out of
you
here
don't.
so that we can do something, so we can fight this.
Nah.
Listen,
You
Aiden,
fought. You
it's
lost.
Dalton, Chud.
I
If
just
you
think
can
it's
get me out, help with the bond. I cannot access my funds until I get out of here because no one has access to any of my Give Send Go or my crypto wallets, etc. I have to get out of here so that I can get verification processes to get into all of these funds. I will fight for free. If you can help me out to post bail, I will fight
Nobody
for free.
cares, bro.
I will do whatever it is
No
you want to
one
do, bro.
cares.
I need somebody with big money who can throw down, who can support me.
I study rap
Alcoholics
for a living.
Fuck this guy.
All you do is click the button. Boom, it's going to generate a chord progression. Let's listen to.
Let's see. What else can we watch? Because today's our day off, chat. Saturday. Tomorrow we're gonna be, you know, kicking in the Sunday service where we do 3 songs, an hour each song, 3 songs, and we call that Sunday service where we celebrate our craft while everybody takes a day off. If God takes a day off, then God's gonna want to watch Sunday service. So tomorrow's Sunday service, guys. So be prepared for that. Mix electronic. I can't put none of this stuff because then what happens is it gets flagged on YouTube. It will probably slide, but it'll probably get flagged on YouTube. Donut Man Gideon turned abuse into reality. No, I don't want to see none of that shit. I want to see. Where's my playlist? I have a playlist dedicated to things that I want to watch. Where is it? Over here, the BRV, before reacting videos. All right, so this is another one right here. The story everyone missed, Oliver Tree. I wanted to see what this guy was saying.
Completely different. They thought it was another Olive from thousands General 20.
Let's watch this.
One thing that I notice in your music videos is this imagery of you falling to your death. Is there anywhere that comes from? Does that represent anything?
On June 14th, 2026, the internet was flooded with a story that almost nobody wanted to believe. Reports claimed that Oliver Tree, one of the most original artists of his generation, was no longer present following a helicopter accident in Brazil. He was just 32 years old.
Oh, God bless his soul, man. That's crazy, man. I'm going to tell you guys a secret, all right? I'll tell you guys a secret. Don't tell nobody. This is between you guys and me. All right, chat? Check this out. I feel like I am from a alternate dimension. I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but same with there's a Mandela effect where you guys are like, we all agree that there's certain things that we don't remember, like the Fruit Loops, like Fruit of the Looms, cornucopia, Pikachu having a black tail, Monopoly Man having a monocle, like those things. For me, I don't know how. I like Skrillex. I like alternative music. I like techno. I like underground. I like progressive, minimal. I like all that shit, right? House, everything. Hip hop, merengue, salsa, bachata, bolero. I like all types of music, chat. How come I never heard of Oliver Tree? And this man's has been topping the charts. He's sold millions and billions of records, of views, records, whatever you want to call it, right? And I only find out about him after he passes away. Then I look back and he's with KSI. He's with Jake Paul, like Logan Paul or Jake Paul, one of the two, right? So I'm like, is it that I don't remember this because when they turned CERN on, some of us got put in a different dimension where in this dimension, Oliver Tree is a person and a human and everything, and like one of the greatest prodigies in techno. But where I come from, I never heard of him. So I'm getting a Mandela effect kind of thing with. It's not just Oliver Tree. There's other things I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I can tell you that just the Oliver Tree has been a big one for me because I'm listening to all his work and I'm like, man, there's no way that I could have now stumbled into his work. He's been topping charts since 2016, 2017. Since then, things have been changing for me. Like, for example, you want to know why I say that too? Because I also, if you look at my history in Fortnite, Call of Duty, and all that shit, I played, I was good. But after a certain point, I feel like they turned on CERN in Switzerland. They smash a couple of fucking atoms together. They open a couple of black holes, and I was warped out of those bitches and put into universes where my character was really good at PlayStation. So now when I play PlayStation, I get top 5 in Fortnite. I get top 3 in Call of Duty. I'm actually really good. I went from not going viral to going viral 2 years ago. 80,000 followers on Instagram, 5,000 followers on Twitch, 3.5 thousand subscribers on YouTube. I do 1 million views on YouTube. I do 21 million views on a month on Instagram, and I do 1 million views a month on Twitch. So how is it that I've been doing all of this since like 2014? Nothing's worked, and in the last 2 years, everything just happens to work. People are like, no, because after a while, you're gonna get good at what you do. No, 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 no. I understand that concept because as a child, competitive. I did competitive swimming in the Dominican Republic. I swam for the Aqua Flamberg's Dolphins, and I was in competitive swimming. I know what gradually learning something and then mastering feels like. What I'm experiencing didn't have gradual. It was just one moment I suck. Everybody's like, keep up, keep up, keep up. Nobody wants to play with me. And then the next moment is like, I don't even want to play with people. And when people play with me, I'm the shooter. I'm like, how? Like, are you sure? And then we'll play, and I'm like, I am the shooter. Even in NBA 2K25, 2K26, I sucked in 2K24. I sucked in 2K20, 2K21. Like, I sucked. I could show you the videos. But 2K24, I'll go on a winning streak for like up to 8 games in a row, smoking people. It's very noticeable that there was no graduality in it. It was just one day I woke up and I'm fucking talented. More than I already was. Before I used to write music. I swear to my mother, tomorrow you're gonna see why I call it Sunday service. I call it Sunday service because it's something so fucking godly. I don't know how to explain it. So on Sundays, I put a beat that I never heard, and I'll write a whole song in like an hour or some change. And I will not write a single bar down. And everything in that fucking thing will sound like I wrote it. I can play you songs of the other Sunday services. I do this every Sunday. I'll play you songs from other Sunday services which I published. And if you hear it, you'll be like, nah, you wrote some of that. Like, I don't have any lyrics written after like 2024. It was noticeable that something changed so big that after 2024, there was no need to write a punchline down. Because if I thought about it, all I had to do was play the beat and say to myself, if I were a famous rapper in this dimension, what would I write to that beat? Because if I'm listening to that beat, then that just means I already did this in this dimension. And I'm already successful in this dimension. I'm just in the beginning stages of it. It's like Jordan when he found out that he was Michael Jordan in the second championship before he even dropped the number 2s. When he got the number 2s to play with. After that, he said, this is what Jordans are going to look like. If you look at the retro 3s, 4s, 5s, they all are different. The 1s look like Uptowns. The 2s was the first shift. And then after the 2s, everything had bubbles, had tied, like it's a different, he knew who he was. And I feel like my whole life, I always like, am I a rapper? Am I an actor? I'm like, and now I know what I am. I'm everything at once. And when I see an artist like Oliver Tree, it's evident. So my question is, if he's so much like me and I'm so much like him, why have I never even had a conversation with a human being who mentioned him? It's like he didn't exist. Or I came from a dimension where he doesn't exist. He's something else. And then here, he's a thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Forget about it. Everybody just forget about it. Let's go back to the video. Forget about it. I just forget about it. Forget about it. Everybody just... This is the Oliver Tree video. Let's just watch that. I feel like I'm saying something that may make sense, but only to people from my dimension. Like Berenstain Bear. You know what I'm saying? Like Oliver Tree. I don't... How could I miss Oliver Tree my whole life? Up until now. I even knew about Little Peep. How that? I ain't never heard his shit. I knew about Little Peep. But Oliver Tree is like, how? How could I miss that? I don't know, man. I might be just PTSD.
But instead of immediate shock, the first reaction from thousands of people was something completely different. They thought it was another Oliver Tree joke. And honestly, it wasn't hard to understand why.
Something that I ponder and to process the thoughts, and especially because I've lost people in my life when I was younger, and it was pretty heavy duty for me. That was always a big thing. I'm like, well, what happens after life? And almost in a way, preparing myself for my own death.
Stop watching this ad. Go to Wix.
What did he just
grab
say?
Your domain name before.
For you,
like, well, what happens after life? And almost in a way, preparing myself for my own death.
For years, Oliver had built his entire career around making people question what was...
Listen, my death better be like a surprise party, something I'm not even looking forward to. I do not want to know, do not want to predict it. I don't even rap about shit like that. I don't even like to play roles where that shit happens. I don't even like to do music videos where that shit happens. I don't even like to talk about the topic because it is the least from my mind. In my head, I die of old age. Believe it or not, that's how my movie ends.
Real, and what was part of the performance: fake retirements, wild publicity stunts, elaborate characters, music videos where fictional versions of himself repeatedly found themselves in impossible situations.
Life is like an onion, man. There's many layers to unravel. It's like, do you know about Shrek? He talks about
it? Yes.
Well, dude, my grandfather had an onion field.
Wait, don't.
Let me just explain this. So they actually met working on the onion field.
He had spent years convincing audiences to expect the unexpected. So when the news first appeared, many believed this was simply the beginning of another viral campaign. But that belief didn't last long. As the hours passed, more reports began appearing across multiple countries. What started with early coverage in Portuguese was soon followed by major English language outlets reporting the same story.
And both of your parents were trapeze artists.
Oh, no. My mom was, and my father was a ringleader at the circus.
Nice. Which circus?
The Del Pickle family circus.
Nice.
It was Northern California based.
Then images from the accident began circulating online. With every new update, it became harder to dismiss the news as another performance.
Bro, why are you looking like that? What, does this happen to you too?
I ain't gonna lie to you, chat. Out for the first cut, if you see some of my old videos, man, I dead ass was like, I was hoping that was a prank. I was hoping that I was a part of one of his biggest pranks. And then to realize that he's actually gone, man. That's where it tripped me out. Like, man, how the fuck I never heard of this guy? Fuck, man.
Hey, you and I might not be so different, my man.
Bro, you're telling my story.
That's not your story, but best, tell me what's up.
Oliver. According to public reporting, Oliver was among 6 individuals who were no longer present following the incident. Those reports also identified Argentine creator Gatsby, filmmaker Lucas A. Vignale, and 3 others, including 2 helicopter pilots. Those reports also identified Argentine creator present. According to public reporting, Oliver was among 6 individuals who were no longer present following the incident. Those reports also identified Argentine creator Gatsby, filmmaker Lucas A. Vignale, and 3 others, including 2 helicopter pilots. And that's when the reality finally set in. Tributes from musicians, creators, actors, and longtime friends quickly spread across social media.
And so when I set it up, my will is set up that when I pass, my family, no one...
You know what I did notice, chat? He talks about death in every interview. Or people bring it up to him. I would have been dubbing all those questions. Like, I'll be like, let's talk about something else.
No one's going to get a penny if I have a wife or kids or anything not getting a penny. I'll get my kids through college.
Across the entertainment world, people weren't just remembering a successful artist, they were remembering someone who had built an entirely different way of making music, telling stories, and connecting with millions of people, because Oliver Tree didn't just create songs, he created a world that nobody else could have imagined.
You can enter now. Oliver Tree may enter the frame and speak to us, and protest as well.
And that's exactly what makes his story so unforgettable. For millions of people, Oliver Tree was instantly recognizable, but for many others, his name only became familiar after the headlines from June 2026. And that raises an important question. Who was Oliver Tree, and why did his absence leave such a lasting impact on the music world?
Like a racetrack, you take that, but to me it don't matter. See, my mouth runs to his dry like a battery.
The answer goes far beyond his songs.
This is how long he's been around, chat. And I never heard of this guy. And I love all aspect of music. I am not any genre specific.
Oliver wasn't simply a musician. He was a storyteller, a filmmaker, and a performer who turned every release into an experience. Every album introduced a new chapter. Every music video expanded a larger world. And every public appearance made it even harder to tell where the character ended and the real person began.
Where'd you get that? What's the brand?
I took this from my mom's closet. This is something I would wear. When I was 8 or 9, I would go skiing with this thing. And she wasn't using it, so I said, okay, I'm just going to take this. And I think I'm getting a lot more use out of it.
That ability to constantly reinvent himself became one of the biggest reasons audiences couldn't stop watching. But to understand how he built that reputation, you have to go back to the very beginning. At first glance, Oliver looked nothing like a typical chart-topping artist. The bright Montbell windbreaker, oversized JNCO jeans, colorful speed shades, red flip-flops, white socks, and unmistakable bowl haircut made him look more like an internet meme than a serious musician.
Then on other labels, I was in a really bad situation with the old deal that I couldn't release music. And I couldn't release music for like 4 years. So I don't know if your information found that out.
That unforgettable image grabbed attention instantly, but it was only the surface. Behind the costume was an artist who spent years refining every detail of his work. He wasn't just writing music. He was designing characters, directing visuals, shaping narratives, and creating a universe where humor, emotion, and absurdity could all exist together.
That's crazy.
Every decision served a purpose, and every new project revealed another layer of his imagination. And that's what separated Oliver Tree from almost everyone else. Long before the world knew his name, he wasn't trying to fit into the music industry. He was creating one of his own. To understand Oliver Tree's creativity, you first have to understand the world he grew up in.
I watched my entire life play out before my eyes as I ran. I started in my childhood. I was running and I was running, and my dad kept saying,
"You're fast. You're fast like a cheetah."
Long before the music, the viral videos, and the unforgettable characters, his life already felt unlike almost anyone else's. Oliver Tree Nickel was born in June 1993 in Santa Cruz, California. Even the stories he shared about his family sounded almost unbelievable.
That was the same thing he used to tell me every day when I was a kid racing bikes. As I continued to run, I watched myself turn into an old skeleton drug addict man who was left to die all alone.
According to Oliver, his grandparents first met while working together on an onion farm, exactly the kind of unexpected detail that seemed to fit the strange and colorful world he would later build around himself. But that was only the beginning. Oliver often described his childhood as anything but ordinary.
T-Pain Jr.
This game, you're not ready for it.
What game is it? Eve? Maybe we are ready for it. Who knows? Play for free. Yeah, of course. I would love to play this game for free. Do I have to put my information now? Can we just do that like in a little bit? Maybe I have this game. Oh, I do. Let's go. Yo. Well, what are the odds, right? Send me verification to Gmail. It's just my Leggy. What are you doing? Forex right here. There we go. This one right here. Let's verify that shit. All right, guys. If you guys have Eve, we could play on the computer. It's my first computer game, yo. It's been a while since I played a computer game. As a child, that was my only option before PlayStation existed. But now, what am I waiting for? It says, hi, your email has been verified. Please try logging in again. Ah, that's what you're trying to tell me? That's what you're trying to tell me? That's Looper, man. All right, so let's just go back or some shit. I don't know. Is there a way to go back? This is dumb. This is dumb. That's it? Chat, please don't do me like that. We verified it already, pussy. The fuck? Where were we? Where were we, chat? We were over here. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Don't speak, you don't have to. Why are you always in a bad mood? Another verification code to log in? Come on. What's all the security about? The fuck? What y'all niggas scared of? Niggas is gonna play too much for free? It's fucking stupid. It's a fucking free game, homie. It was me you were shitting on. Yeah, There we go. We in. Account successfully recruited. Cool. Can we play now? Still? Yo, this has got to be the longest intro to play a game, bro. Or maybe I just don't got too many computer games. Because this is crazy, chatarones. My chatarones. All right, let's put this shit to. Are we just cutting in front of this fucking... There we go. Can we open that Eve? I just want to see it. I don't want to play it right now. I just want to see it. But this is what happens when you go, you know, on CD. Oh, I just get distracted. Eve Online. So where's that fucking app? Huh. I lost it that fast. So speed, you have to. I'm gonna just click this bullshit. I want. It was me, it was me info. Yes, please. Accept that. What was it? Chichi Forex, wasn't it? Already have an account. Chat, this is my first online game after I got my Mac Studio. I've been trying to play Fortnite, but they playing games. I think that is my Fortnite too. I think I'm gonna try to log in with my Fortnite. The fuck? Oh, it is coming like that. I don't know why it's coming up capitals for. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Is this shit reversed or some shit? Okay, then I don't know what it is. Is it Chichi Meds? Is that what we saw? Man, I'm gonna just sign in with Epic. Fuck this bullshit. The cheat challenge is my Epic? Look at that shit. I don't even know. I don't even care what the password is. What? Wow, Chad, you just can't play nothing online, man. It's like everything is go to your email, go to your email. I don't think I've played a game online before. This is really annoying. Annoying. All right, you know what? Fuck that bullshit. Let's go back to what we were doing. My ADHD kicks in. I forget what I'm doing, Chad. Anyway, back to the original situation. I got distracted by this commercial.
According to his own recollections, both of his parents worked with San Francisco's Pickle Family Circus, surrounding him with performers, creativity, and constant movement from an early age. Some of those stories became part of the mythology he built over the years, but they also reflected the unconventional environment that helped shape his imagination. In interviews, Oliver recalled growing up in a motorhome filled with musical instruments, where music was always part of everyday life. He also said it was during those years that he discovered the colorful ski jacket that would later become one of the most recognizable pieces of his signature look, a small detail that would eventually become part of a global image recognized by millions. But beneath those unforgettable memories, life wasn't always easy.
Move.
I don't want to.
No,
you're gonna
move out
sue
of
me,
the
dude.
f***ing way. No, I'm not gonna sue you, dude. I've hit.
Dude,
No.
this is better.
I need my
No way. After his family eventually settled in Santa Cruz, Oliver experienced a deeply personal family loss that stayed with him for years.
The record straight. I come from a long lineage of cowboys. My grandfather was a cowboy. His grandfather was a cowboy. and so on and so forth. So for you to call it a shtick, that's immediately offensive. But I grew up going to my grandparents' ranch. They have a cattle ranch. They have a horse and cattle ranch. So I grew up, they had cutting horses that they had sold to Joe Montana.
He later explained that the experience changed the way he saw the world and became one of the biggest influences on the emotional themes that appeared throughout his music. Looking back, those early experiences didn't just shape Oliver as a person, they quietly laid the foundation for the artist he would one day become.
I spent many years of my life with another project, and I tried to take myself so serious, and I was like, oh my God, like, why won't anyone take me serious as an artist? Like, this is so, like, mad at the world, you know, and trying this.
By the time he reached middle school, Oliver was already completely immersed in music. He played in a rock band, experimented with rap, and performed as a DJ under the name Criff. Archived videos from around 2012 capture him performing under that name, showing that his passion for creating had started years before most people had ever heard of him.
And probably be worth more than it is now. People will finally appreciate my stupid videos and my stupid songs. That's when people appreciate you when you're not there anymore. Anyways, they might not. It doesn't even make a difference. But historically speaking, artists' worth go up after they die. So the art will continue to make money no matter what.
Even then,
I feel like, I swear to God, I feel like, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I feel like he's been penciled into my existence. Whatever.
Wasn't interested in following trends. He was already searching for his own identity as an artist. But while his creativity was growing, he was also facing
like photoshopped into my life. Because he's like in places where I'm like, why didn't I see him there?
Personal struggles that would eventually change.
He's in parties with Jason DeWeen. People who I've covered content on, who I've followed content on. I swear to God, I don't know what's going on.
The course of his life. In later interviews, Oliver openly reflected on a life-changing experience during a family trip to Burning Man.
I laid on the desert floor and smashed my head against the ground, trying to open it up, ripping my hair, trying to pull my brain out of my head. I stood up and I started running, but I couldn't see, so I literally hit the fence on the outside perimeter of Burning Man.
Watch this. I'm going to launch a business in 60 seconds using Shopify's AI Sidekick. No coding.
According to his own account, he became separated from his family after consuming a large amount of psychedelic substances, with the effects reportedly intensified by cannabis-infused food. He described becoming completely disoriented, experiencing vivid hallucinations, and believing he was surrounded by reporters while giving a speech.
All the money's going to go back to artists. So I've set up a foundation. It's called Dr. Oliver Tree's Art Grants for Baby Geniuses. And it's set up so that basically the interest generated from my music will take mostly that, but there's also room for other money because when my art will continue.
In a state of panic, he attempted to escape on a small bicycle before abandoning it and running into the desert. What happened next stayed with him for years. According to Oliver, the hallucinations became intensely personal, leading him to imagine scenes of his own family grieving.
I was in a semi-pro freestyle contest. I come in off this 20-foot roll in full speed going in. Out of nowhere, there's this little pebble. Front wheel hits it, I just go flying, both arms out, break my right wrist, break my left wrist. This thumb joint right here completely snapped off. Keep in mind, I couldn't feed myself or wipe my own for an entire summer. I'm just lucky I had a girlfriend that loved me.
Eventually, he reached the festival's perimeter, where the experience came to an end after he sustained injuries during the ordeal. Looking back, he repeatedly described it as the lowest point of his life, but also the moment that completely changed the direction of his future. And that's where everything started to shift. Rather than allowing that experience to define him, Oliver used it as motivation to reinvent himself.
That it's okay for the tough guys to cry, guys like us. Tough cookies, you know?
Amen.
And, you know, that's something I think is important because I think
he threw himself into music production, becoming deeply involved in the growing electronic and dubstep scene. By 2011, he had already appeared on the lineup for Wobbleland San Francisco alongside artists such as Skrillex and Nero. It was an important opportunity, but one that also helped him realize he wanted something different.
My name's Oliver Tree, and I'm bringing my one-man band across all 7 continents for the first real worldwide tour. Get a ticket now and be a part of history.
Instead of chasing what was already popular, Oliver decided to build something entirely his own. He retired the Creef name, reinvented himself as Tree, and began creating the deeply personal experimental music that would eventually become the foundation of everything that followed. That decision may not have seemed significant at the time, but looking back, it marked the true beginning of the artist the world would later come to know.
It is important for everybody to cry, and that's part of the message, but specifically guys like hold in their emotions and then they let it out in anger and aggression.
That turning point led Oliver in an entirely new direction. After stepping away from the Creef identity, he reinvented himself as Tree, focusing on a more personal and experimental style of music.
How are you?
All normal
What's up? How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Good.
Isn't it crazy that we're both DJs now?
It's pretty
We're
cool.
done with the singing thing, man.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
You've been getting in shape.
No.
I'm making an album in hotel rooms. I got my computer, my
Logging
microphone,
down?
and a little mini keyboard and just making music.
In 2013, he
what I
released
need
his
to do.
debut EP, Demons, a project inspired in part by the difficult experiences he had spoken about publicly. It marked the beginning of a more honest and emotionally driven
Wow.
approach to songwriting, giving listeners a glimpse of the artist he was becoming.
By myself.
Sounds easy.
Kind of going back to what I wanted to do in high school, like making music for me instead of trying to be like, what do you think? And what do people want to hear? It's like, what do
so
I
you
want
don't
to hear?
wanna- yeah,
and if
don't-
it fails, it fails, but I have no pressure.
No
so.
outside influences. You do like it. You know what I
That's
mean?
nice.
That's
freedom.
It's happy.
Yeah.
That's what happy is. They want to do that.
Well, I'm excited to see your stuff, brother.
But just as his career seemed ready to take off, another obstacle appeared. Years later, Oliver revealed that complications with his record label prevented him from releasing a full album under his original agreement. For many artists, a setback like that could have brought everything to a standstill. Instead, Oliver treated it as another opportunity to reinvent himself, and that's exactly what he did.
Cornelius Cummings? Yeah. That's the latest character I've developed
Is
over
it,
the last...
is it a character? Is that how you look at it? A character work?
Yeah, it is. Basically, Cornelius is a designer.
By 2016, he decided to leave that chapter behind completely. He adopted the name Oliver Tree, combining his real first and middle names into the identity that would soon become recognized around the world. One of his first major releases under the new name was Forget It, a collaboration with his former high school classmate and longtime friend Getter.
From Belgravia, London. Okay. Fashion Week, he was born. His parents,
No
designers.
one's from Belgravia.
Come on, man. You're ruining the whole thing for me.
I'm not ruining.
Let me
I'm
have
just
this.
saying, like, Belgravia is not a
Cornelius
place
is.
where people are raised.
Looking back, the song marked the true beginning of the Oliver Tree that millions of people would eventually come to know. At the time, however, his signature image was still taking shape. The bowl haircut had already become part of his look, but many of the elements fans now instantly associate with Oliver were still missing.
You guys are amazing, and I will come back many more times because I love you, te amo! If you guys know the words, I want you to scream this. This last song is called Miss You.
That's my shit.
The oversized glasses, colorful ski jacket, loose-fitting jeans, and unforgettable scooter persona hadn't fully come together yet. Those pieces gradually evolved through short online videos where his exaggerated turbo character quickly started attracting attention and turning curious viewers into loyal fans. But one part of that story stood out more than the rest. Oliver often claimed that his love of scooters began in childhood.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
In a 2020 Facebook post titled "The Birth of a Scooter God," he shared a heavily edited childhood photo saying he had received his first Razor scooter in 2001. He later expanded the story by describing years of competitions, impressive tricks, and even a sponsorship with a junior scooter team before an accident reportedly brought that chapter of his life to an end. Over time, however, fans began looking more closely at those stories. Oliver pointed to an old newspaper article and social media posts as evidence that the accident had happened, but online discussions later noted that the article closely resembled an earlier report about an unrelated scooter incident, with several details appearing to have been altered. Whether that was another example of Oliver blending fiction with reality or simply part of the larger character he had created was never fully explained, and that's what made Oliver Tree so fascinating. He wasn't just telling stories through his music, he was turning his own life into part of the performance, leaving audiences constantly wondering where the facts ended and the character began. That mystery became one of the biggest reasons people couldn't stop watching, and it would remain a defining part of his career for years to come. According to Oliver, the scooter accident became one of the defining moments of his life. He often said the experience pushed him away from competitive riding and toward music, later inspiring parts of his hit song Hurt. Whether he was sharing a personal memory or adding another layer to his larger-than-life persona, the story quickly became an important part of the mythology surrounding his career. But as always with Oliver, reality and performance weren't always easy to separate. He pointed to old social media posts and a newspaper article as evidence that the accident had taken place. Over time, however, online discussions noticed that the article closely resembled an earlier report about an unrelated scooter incident, with some details appearing to have been changed. Oliver never fully addressed those comparisons, leaving fans to debate where the real story ended and the character began. That mystery became one of his greatest creative strengths. Even his scooter videos reflected that approach. While he occasionally demonstrated riding skills during live appearances, many of his biggest online stunts relied on clever editing, camera angles, and cinematic storytelling rather than trying to convince audiences everything was completely authentic. One memorable example was, I competed against the #1 scooter rider in the world, featuring professional freestyle athlete Ryan Williams. But behind all the internet humor, something much bigger was happening. By 2017, Oliver's talent had caught the attention of Atlantic Records, leading to a major recording deal and the release of Welcome to LA. That moment marked the beginning of a completely new chapter. The internet personality was rapidly becoming a serious recording artist, and before long, he was performing at major festivals including Coachella, Lollapalooza, and Outside Lands. The strange character people had laughed at online was now becoming one of the most original new names in modern music. As Oliver's audience continued to grow, it wasn't just his music that people were talking about. His oversized clothes, bowl haircut, colorful windbreakers, and completely unpredictable personality made him instantly recognizable wherever he appeared. At first, many discovered him because of the bizarre image, but they stayed because the music was just as original as the character behind it. That growing attention quickly opened new doors. By late 2017 and into 2018, Oliver was no longer simply going viral online. He was earning opportunities to perform alongside established artists, joining tours with Louis the Child and Skizzy Mars, while also securing a spot on Lil Dicky and DJ Mustard's Life Lessons tour. Although that tour was eventually canceled after Lil Dicky shifted his focus to other projects, it was another sign that Oliver's career was moving far beyond internet fame. But this was only the beginning. Everything he had spent years building, his music, his visuals, and his unforgettable persona, was leading toward one defining moment: the release of his debut album, Ugly is Beautiful. The album didn't just introduce a collection of songs, it brought together every part of Oliver's creative vision into one complete project. His cinematic music videos, unconventional humor, emotional songwriting, and larger-than-life characters all came together in a way that felt completely unique. Beneath the outrageous outfits and awkward interviews was an artist with remarkable creative ambition, directing much of his own visual work and building an identity unlike anyone else in modern music. And for the first time, the rest of the world was beginning to see it too. Oliver Tree had a rare gift for capturing attention. In an era where people scroll past almost everything within seconds, he found a way to make millions stop and watch. Every outfit, every interview, and every music video felt impossible to ignore. But hidden beneath the humor was another creative theme that kept appearing again and again:
This is the game changer that everybody have been asking for.
So basically this big button right here in the middle is to generate chords. So let's just go ahead and press.
His own fictional endings. As the
All right, we had enough of this. I think that that's some AI shit, to be honest with you. Happy endings. Let's watch this shit with T-Pain. We never got. Oh shit. Let's go. That was dope. Let's go out of a tree. T-Pain. Hey, that's fire.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store.
I dare you to stop putting that commercial. I tried to my. Yeah, there you go. He's close. He's close. We created in our brain. Wow. Precisely. hmm Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow. I like how he directs everybody. He knows exactly how he's supposed to be interpreted. Uh, oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
People keep asking, how do we
Oh my God, we're gonna get an original story that we haven't heard on the channel yet, yo. This guy, man, he tells the crazy.
actually get an AI agent on our team? Well, it's easy. Watch how I do it in 60
Fucking rock star. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. I wouldn't suggest it to anybody. He said I wouldn't suggest it to anybody, but maybe you should try it out. Absolutely. I'm dying to try it out. I think when I do try it, I'm gonna try it on stream so you guys can see the whole reaction. I agree. So I want to go there. I would like to take a trip there. To enlighten you. LSD, all of that. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. He was a drug addict, and he was into heavy too. I love this man. So fucking brilliant. Let's go. He like that shit. He like that. Come on, T-Pain, go get the fucking top hat, yo. What the fuck you waiting for? Pointing in. Oh my god. Oh, we all want to know. Please tell us what is it? Zero. Slam it on zero. That's it. Wow. No, no, no. We're watching this. A shitty voice. He's still. Oh, perfect. Oh shit, word. So people been trying to tell me not to do that, and that's how it works. Man, fuck everybody. See what I'm saying? Shit. Chat, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm actually bad, and like, there's no way to fix that. When I sing, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? I got the lyrics. I can write you a song, but it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Hold up. But espérate. Ay, coño. Here we go. Let's turn this shit off. Ooh, excuse me. Chatarones. Legend, legend. Ay, coño.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Where vibe coding meets...
Oh, I can't wait till Sunday service. We're gonna try that. Not good. From the top. He is crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, DJ Wright, DJ Wright, thank you. Appreciate that. Oh shit. Yeah, he's stupid. He should have, because if he has a van, like he could totally keep all his shit in there. But nah, this man's living with a suitcase. That's dope. Oh my god. That's dope. Great performer, man. I saw him do the Antarctica show, and I saw him do the COVID show, but not. I mean, I caught it all after he passed away. I match with him.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just
Oh, I think Wagyu beef, if I'm right, is that fucking lean cut that costs like a fucking rack. I'm not sure. Let's check it out. Oh man, I want one of those. Hey. Oh my god. Oh shit. Er. I whoop you. Oh god, they hilarious. We almost leaving, Bobby. We're just resting.
Guys, go pre-order my new book. Look at this shit. You know what I had to fight for in this fucking book? And I'm so glad that I what you look at that. I put that now.
Go buy his new book, guys.
He talking about
Yo, I want caviar right now, man. Where's my phone? Can I get some caviar in here? Let me see if they got that shit on Uber Eats. Caviar. That would be so good right now. These guys got me wanting some caviar, guys. I don't know what to say. Haven't ate caviar in a while. There's a diner on 231st Street called Land and Sea that when you sit down to order your food, they put caviar and toast for you. Oh my God. Baguettes with caviar? Oh, or crackers with caviar? See what we could get some caviar up in this bitch. Caviar. Oh, they do have caviar. Look, at caviar for $73. It's Siberian caviar rosé. They got Ozetra caviar, $195 at Aura Steakhouse. They got Kaluga caviar for $234. Wow, I love caviar. I'm telling you. Black lumped red salmon. I think it's the red salmon, the one I be buying, not the black one. I think it's the red salmon with toast with like baguette. Oh man, guys, caviar is the best. I don't like lobster and stuff like that. I'm not a big like all the fancy things like no. But caviar, oh, you gotta chill the fuck out. I love caviar, and it's the salmon caviar, the one I like. Look, they got it in Stu Leonard's. It'll be here in 61 minutes. Oh man, I can't wait that long. Romanov vodka, lump fish caviar. It'll be here in 40 minutes. That's from where? Oh man, that looks like a little bit. It's just 2 ounces of caviar. Pfft, how little could that be? I need a restaurant that sells this shit. Is there a restaurant that sells this shit? I don't want to have to make my own shit. I want to order some and eat it. This place, Benjamin Steakhouse, ribeye, Benjamin Burgers. Come on, where's the cavi? Oh, right here. Gold with gray flashes, compact brightness, subtle taste, almond finish. Is that the one I want? Amber. You know what? Let's try to find that fucking Land and Sea. I'll take a cab over there if I have to, man. Land and Sea. Wow, they took that shit down. All right, let me let you guys watch. I'm looking for caviar. See what I'm saying? Now the conversation goes into depth. What? Why? What is the need to highlight your existence? That's for us to do when you're gone. Forget about that shit while you're alive.
EVE Online is a vast
And that could also be a catalyst as to why somebody will not want him to be alive with that type of information. 73 terabytes. And some of it is in Antarctica, which we saw for ourselves. He made bold claims about the center of the earth, Agatha, and how it could be entrances there, as well as how UFOs left caves. And on top of that, he was at a giant piece of glacier that he said that is the ice wall, and there is nothing beyond that. You understand what I'm saying? So, what if that was not trolling? What if he was just saying that to exaggerate what he couldn't explain? How come I never heard of this place? Sushi Mambo? Mm, this looks amazing. Kind of like we're doing right now. Okay. This is gonna be my new favorite place. Sorry to interrupt, guys, but this is gonna be my new favorite place, Sushi Mambo. Yo, you know what they do? They do some shit called the New York roll that has shrimp tempura, bacon, avocado, and sweet plantain, and it's all like a sushi roll. Shit, crazy mo. Check this out: Tere golpe roll, salami, fried cheese, avocado, and sweet plantain, and like a rice roll or some shit like that. I think I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm just seeing this menu for the first time. I got a regular California roll. Know what I mean? Oh, the Connie. That's the paper. The paper I'm trying to think of. The Connie. They got a rolled in Connie. That's crazy. Chicken teriyaki bento box. Dominican roll longaniza, fried cheese, and sweet plantain. And the prices is fucking phenomenal. Those shits are like $15 each. You got the sushi mambo roll. You got the Del Mar. You got the chicken fried rice. You got the pork fried rice. You got the Kikeja roll. You got the mambo special. Niggas got the New York roll, buy one get one free. I'm not trying to promote this shit. Nobody paying me to promote this shit. But sushi mambo is busting, yo. I'm about to order from them. So is that why they would offer him? Because he said, I can't say it, but he's seen some crazy shit. Huh? Could you elaborate in case something happens to you?
This is
He's
Alex.
not lying.
Alex is a
He's
producer
not
who just got
lying at all.
invited to work with a big artist tonight.
And that right there is some brilliant thinking. Think about what he just said. He said, think about everything from the 80s, how people are re-wearing shit, resampling, even remaking movies. So he's saying he's recording all of this in real time, but he's not going to release it for another 5, 10 years because this is happening now. So there's nothing ooh-ah about it. But in the future, when you look back 10 years ago, you're going to be like, yo, that was fire. So he's smarter than we thought. See what I'm saying? What happened? Hell no. That's what I want. Caviar on the bread. I can't find it on Uber Eats, yo. I wonder if the Land Sea is open. I'll take a cab over there. Let me see. Land and Sea. Allow. Damn, that shit been closed. Yeah, that nigga is funny, bro. That's funny. I don't know where you went. I don't know. Sit down. We're not going anywhere. We're doing an episode, puppy. We're in the middle of a live. Sit down. We're leaving right now. Let's see how much. Yeah, we're gonna cut it in half right now. They're gonna give a commercial anyway. Hey, how you gonna lick my nose? No, puppy, you can't get used to licking my nose. That's nasty. We're going outside. Relax. Give me a hug. Give me no. There you go. Hug, hug, hug. Yeah.
This machine could change t-shirt printing forever. I printed this t-shirt with the back neck label.
All right, chat. We're gonna be on part 2 when I get back. I gotta go walk Legend, and until we get a response from the IRL backpack, it's no point in going IRL on my phone because then I gotta like syndicate it to all the other episodes, and it's stupid like that. So we're gonna end this at 3 hours, and we'll be back, chat. I mean, we've been going live all day. You guys have probably missed like 1 hour of my life, so you guys don't. You're not gonna miss nothing. I'll be back. I'm saying bye to my friends. This talk is so interactive. So we'll be back, chat. I'll see you guys in a few. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. Thank you for everybody. Smash the like. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much, everybody.